Hi everyone. The latest news given by CBSE, that is Central Board Secondary Education, is that 30% of the syllabus is redirected for class 12 science stream for this academic year. Let us see the topic which have been redirected. The first subject is English. The deleted topics for class 12 under reading portion is not making and summarizing. Under literature portion there are two textbooks. The first one is Flamingo and the second one is Vistas. Under Flamingo there are 4 chapters have been redirected. The first one is Poets and Pancakes, second one is The Interview, third one is Going Places, and fourth one is A Roadside Stand. Under Vista's textbook, there are 3 chapters have been redacted by CBSE. The first one is The Tiger King, second one is Journey to End of the Earth, and the third one is Memories of Childhood. Let us see under writing portion, poster making, business or official letter for making enquiries, registering complaints, asking for and giving orders, and sending replies, speech and debate. Let us see the next subject, that is chemistry for class 12. The first chapter is solid state. Under this chapter there are few topics which have been deleted by CBSE. The first one is electrical and magnetic properties, band theory of metals, conductors, semiconductors and insulator, and NP-type semiconductor. Let us see the second chapter, that is solution. Under this chapter, abnormal molecular mass and Van der factor have been removed. Let us see the third chapter, that is electrochemistry. Under this chapter, lead accumulator, fuel cells, corrosion, law of electrolysis, elementary idea, dry cell electrolytic cells and galvanic cells. Let us see the fourth chapter, that is chemical kinetics. Concept of collision theory, elementary idea, no mathematical treatment, activation energy, Arrhenius equation have been removed. Let us see the fifth chapter, that is surface chemistry. Under this chapter, emulsion, types of emulsion, catalysis, homogeneous and heterogeneous, activity and selectivity of solid catalyst, enzyme catalysis. Let us see the next chapter, that is 6, general principles and processes of isolation of elements. The whole chapter have been removed. Let us see the seventh chapter, that is P block elements. Preparation and properties of phosphine, sulfuric acid, industrial process of manufacture, oxides of nitrogen, structure only, phosphorus allotropic forms, compounds of phosphorus, preparation and properties of halides and oxo acids, elementary idea only. Let us see the next chapter, that is D and F block elements. Under this chapter, chemical reactivity of lanthanoids, actinoids, electronic configuration, oxidation state and comparison with lanthanoids, preparation and properties of KMnO4 and K2Cr2O7. Let us see the next chapter, that is coordination compounds. Structure and stereoisomerism, importance of coordination compounds in qualitative analysis, extraction of metals and biological systems. Let us see the next chapter, that is haloalkanes and haloarenes. Under this chapter, uses and environmental effects of dichloromethane, trichloromethane, tetrachloromethane, iodoform, freons, DDT have been removed. Let us see the next chapter, that is alcohol, phenol and ether. Uses with special reference to methanol and ethanol have been removed from this chapter. The next chapter is aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid. Under this chapter, there is no topic have been removed by CBSE. Let us see the 13th chapter, that is amine. Under this chapter, diazonium salts, preparation, chemical reaction and importance in synthetic organic chemistry have been removed by CBSE. Let us see the next chapter, that is biomolecules. Under this chapter, oligosaccharides, that is sucrose, lactose, maltose, polysaccharides, that is starch, cellulose, glycogen, importance of carbohydrates, vitamins, classification and function, enzymes, hormones, elementary ideas, excluding structure. Let us see the next chapter, that is polymer. The entire chapter have been removed. And even the last chapter have been removed, that is chemistry in everyday life. Let's come to next subject, that is physics for class 12. The topics for first chapter, that is electric charges and fields, are uniformly charged thin spherical shell, field inside and outside. Let us see the third chapter, that is current electricity. Carbon resistor, color code for carbon resistor, series and parallel combination of resistor. Let us see next chapter, that is chapter 4, moving charges and magnetism. Cyclotron have been removed. Let us see chapter 5, magnetism and matter. Under this chapter, magnetic field intensity due to magnetic dipole bar magnet along its axis and perpendicular to its axis, torque on a magnetic dipole, bar magnet in a uniform magnetic field, para, dia and ferromagnetic substances with examples, electromagnets and factors affecting their strengths, permanent magnets. Let us see the next chapter, that is chapter 7, alternating current. Under this chapter, power factor, valveless current have been removed. Let us see the next chapter, that is chapter 8, electromagnetic waves. Under this chapter, basic idea of displacement current have been removed. Let us see chapter 9, that is ray optics and optical instruments. Under this chapter, reflection of light, spherical mirrors, recapitulation mirror formula, scattering of light, blue color of sky and reddish appearance of the sun at sunrise and sunset, resolving power of microscope and astronomical telescope, polarization, plane polarized light, Brewster's law, uses of plane polarized light and polarites. Let us see next chapter, that is chapter 11, dual nature of radiation and matter. Under this chapter, Davidson German experiment have been removed by cbse. Let us see the next chapter, that is chapter 13, nuclei. Under this chapter, radioactive alpha, beta and gamma particles or rays and their properties, radioactive decay law, half-life and mean life, binding energy per nucleon and its variation with mass number. Let us see the chapter 14, that is semiconductor electronics, materials, devices and symbol circuits. Under this chapter, Zener diodes and the characteristics, Zener diodes has a voltage regulator, have been removed by cbse. Let us come to next subject, that is biology for class 12. Deleted portion for chapter 1, that is reproduction in organism, is reproduction, a characteristic feature of all organisms for continuation of species, modes of reproduction, asexual and sexual reproduction, asexual reproduction, binary fission, sporulation, budding, gemule formation, fragmentation, vegetative propagation in plants. Let us see the next chapter, that is chapter 7, evolution. Origin of life, biological evolution and evidence for biological evolution, paleontology, comparative anatomy, embryology and molecular evidence. Darwin contribution, modern synthetic theory of evolution, mechanism of evolution, variation, that is mutation and recombination, and natural selection with example, types of natural selection, gene flow and genetic drift, Hardy-Weinberg principle, adaptive radiation, human evolution. Let's come to next chapter, that is chapter 9, strategies for enhancement in food production. Under this chapter, animal husbandry, plant breeding, tissue culture, single cell protein have been removed. Let us see next chapter, that is chapter 14, ecosystem. Under this chapter, ecosystem, pattern, components, productivity and decomposition, energy flow, pyramids of number, biomass, energy, nutrient cycle, carbon and phosphorus, ecological succession, ecological services, carbon fixation, pollination, seed dispersal, oxygen release in brief. Let us see the next chapter, that is chapter 16, environmental issues. Under this chapter, air pollution and its control, water pollution and its control, agrochemical and their effects, solid waste management, radioactive waste management, greenhouse effect and climate change impact and mitigation, ozone layer depletion, deforestation, exemplifying case study as success story addressing environmental issues. Coming forward to next subject, that is mathematics. The deleted portion for class 12 is the first chapter, relation function. Under this chapter, composite function and inverse of a function have been removed. Let us see the second chapter, that is inverse trigonometric function. Under this chapter, graphs of inverse trigonometric function, elementary properties of inverse trigonometric function have been removed. Let us see the third chapter, that is matrices. Under this chapter, existence of non-zero matrices whose product is a zero matrix, concept of elementary row and column operation, proof of the uniqueness of inverse if it exists. Let us see the fourth chapter, that is determinants. Under this chapter, properties of determinants, consistency, inconsistency and number of solutions of system of linear equations by examples. Let us see the fifth chapter, that is continuity and differentiability. Under this chapter, Rawls and Langren mean value theorem without proof and the geometrical interpretation have been removed. Let us see the next chapter, that is application of derivatives. Under this chapter, rate of change of bodies, use of derivatives in approximation. Let us see the next chapter, that is integrals. Under this chapter, integral root over x square plus bx plus c dx and root integral inside bracket x plus b root over x square plus bx plus c dx, that is definite integrals has a limit of a sum. Let us see the next chapter, that is application of the integrals. Under this chapter, area between any of the two above said curves. Let us see the next chapter, that is differential equation. Under this chapter, formation of differential equation whose general solution is given. Solution of linear differential equation of the type dx by dy plus px is equal to y, where p and q are functions of y or constants. Let us see the next chapter, that is vectors. Under this chapter, scalar triple product of vectors have been removed. Let us see the next chapter, that is three-dimensional geometry. Under this chapter, angle between two lines, angle between two planes, angle between a line and a plane have been removed. And the second last is linear programming. Under this chapter, mathematical formulation of linear programming problems and unbounded. Let us see the last chapter, that is probability for class 12 maths. Under this chapter, few topics have been removed, that is mean and variance of random variable, binomial probability distribution. Let's come to next subject, that is IP or informatics practices. The deducted portion from unit 1 is data handling using pandas 2. Under this unit, descriptive statistics, max, min, count, sum, mean, median, mode, quartile, standard deviation, variance, data frame operation, aggregation, group by, sorting, deleting and renaming index, pivoting, handling missing values, dropping and filing, importing or exporting data between MySQL database and pandas, data visualization, pie chart, frequency polygonal, box plot and scatter plot, color, style, dash, dot, width. Next, unit wise syllabus, joining, merging and concatenation. Unit 2 is database query using SQL. Let us come to next subject, that is computer science for class 12. The deducted portion from unit 1, that is computational thinking and programming 2. Under this unit, recursion, simple algorithm with recursion, print a message forever, sum of first natural number, factorial, Fibonacci numbers, recursion on arrays, binary search. Ideas of efficiency, performance measurement in terms of a number of operation, data structures, list as covered in class 11, stacks, push pop using a list, queues, insert, delete using a list, one of the data structures stack or queue, not. While setting the question paper, students will have an option between stack and queue. Let us see unit 2, that is computer networks. Under this unit, web scripting client side, VB script, JavaScript, PHP and server side, that is ASP, JSP, PHP, Web 2.0 for social networking. And the next one is e-commerce payment transaction using online banking, mobile banking, payment apps and services. And the next unit 3 is database management. Create table, drop table, alter table, update, set, insert, delete. Let us come to next subject, that is physical education. The deducted portion for class 12 from unit 1, planning in sports, is intramurals and extramural, meaning, objectives and its significance, specific sports program, sports day, health run, run for fun, run for specific cause and run for unity. And the next one, unit 3, yoga and lifestyle, back pain, tadasana, ardha matyandrasana, vakrasana, shalafasana, bhujangasana. Let us see unit 4, that is physical education and sports for CWSN, children with special needs, Divyan. Advantage of physical activities for children with special needs. Let us see next one, unit 5, children and women in sports, special consideration, menarche and menstrual dysfunction, female athletes triad, osteoporosis, amenorrhea, eating disorder. Let us see next unit, that is unit 6, test and measurement in sports. General motor fitness, barrow 3 item, general motor ability, standing broad jump, zigzag, medicine ball put for boys 3 kg and for girls 1 kg. Let us see the next unit, that is unit 7, physiology and injuries in sports. Physiological changes due to aging. Let us see the next unit, that is unit 8, biomechanics and sports. Under this unit, friction and sports have been removed. Let us see the next unit, that is Unit 9, Psychology and Sports. Under this unit, exercise adherence, reason to exercise, benefits of exercise, strategies for enhancing adherence to exercise. And the next one is Unit 10, Training in Sports. Under this unit, circuit training, introduction and its importance have been removed. These are the topics which have been removed by CBSE for this coming section. So, to get such latest news, don't forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you.